Does your phone ring like that? Okay.
That's a good way to start.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, everyone. It's Chris Pollone and Don Hawes. Don thought his phone was ringing, but it wasn't. Hey, how's it going? You don't know how your phone rings. We're here in Southern California still, and the big miracle in all of this is that we just finished our coverage from Newport Beach. Everything that you see, let me take that back. Not everything that you see at 5, 6, and 10, but the parts where we are on camera at 5, 6, and 10, we just finished shooting that. And it feels weird to be done, so to speak. We've got more work that we've got to do, probably 3 or 4 more hours worth, but it feels weird to be done, Don.
8 straight days of talking about the BCS National Championship game. And in all honesty, I'm glad it's over so we can start talking about something else. It's been a fantastic week out here. We've had a ball. Wouldn't trade places with anybody doing it, especially with the weather back in Birmingham. I mean, out here it's been phenomenal. It's in the mid-70s again here. So we've really been lucky to be out here, and we've had a good time. Alabama won the national championship last night, so that's going to create a lot of insanity, for lack of a better word, back there in Tuscaloosa and Birmingham that we are about to go back into. And that's the weird thing about being out here in California. We saw it last night, obviously, because there were a lot of Alabama fans at the game. But today, the day after Alabama winning the national championship for the first time in 17 years, there isn't a soul out here who cares. They don't really know, and they don't care.
That's right.
It could not be more polar opposite than what is going on back home in Birmingham.
What just happened here?
3 old ladies kayaked by, and
please don't write in for him saying old ladies.
They asked, well, the fact that 3 old ladies are kayaking tells you that we're in California.
Well, there are healthy people here. They're very healthy.
They were older than us, so older ladies. Walked by, or kayaked by, and asked what we were covering, and Chris said the national championship, and they said, what national championship?
Right. Yeah, football. Yeah. And when I was in the hotel lobby today, a woman said, what are you doing? I said, oh, we're here for the national championship. She goes, of tennis? Yes, ma'am. We're here for them. Did you see Federer go by?
They just don't. They got other things to do. Yeah. And that's the problem that the NFL and teams have out here. There's so much to do out here.
Yes.
You know, people like those people right over there walking by and jogging by.
Some of those aforementioned healthy people walking down the pier.
Healthy people just doing their thing, and they got so many other things to do out here, and it's such nice weather to do it in. Why bother worrying about sports?
That's right. Plus, Pasadena is an hour away.
Absolutely. You going to come back in the shot?
Yeah, I am. I just wanted to kind of show some of the scenery, because who wants to look at us for 4 minutes?
This is the marina of Newport Beach.
Now, Don, what are some of the issues that that you foresee for Alabama? We talked about it in our dry run where we were trying to, pardon my fingers, we talked about it in our dry run where we were trying to discuss some of the things that people may bring up. Fans of opposing teams, some in southeast Alabama, already started to mention, well, Nick Saban's going to leave. And they've also said that it wasn't a real national championship because there's an asterisk by it because Colt McCoy didn't play.
Right.
Go up to Mount Cody and say that to him. I'm sure he'll take that well.
And again, the Texas defense was healthy last night. They couldn't stop the Alabama running attack. So that's kind of a moot point, I think. Although it was unfortunate. And you know what, though? I think Alabama would have played differently if McCoy had been there. In fact, I know they would have.
More focused.
Nick Saban said that they changed their game plan up. They got much more conservative once they got that 24-6 lead, and they basically ran clock and protected the ball. So I don't think you can make that argument.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, then we'd all have a happy Christmas. You could sit there all day long and say, well, this would have happened or that would have happened. Well, if you know that much about what's going to happen, you should be playing the lottery because nobody knows what would have happened.
So where Bama goes from here, I think one thing that if you're an Alabama fan, you're very fortunate to have a head coach who is going to enjoy this national championship, but he's not going to rest on this national championship. He is always looking ahead, and heck, he has to. His National Signing Day comes up in less than a month now, and then spring practice is right behind that. He's going to have to replace a whole lot of starters on defense. Rolando McClain likely to go pro in the NFL draft come April. Kareem Jackson probably going to go there. Terrence Cody's gone. Lorenzo Washington is gone. Eric Anders is gone. They're losing. Marquise Johnson's leaving. They're losing a lot of players off that defense. Offensively, Bama's very good coming back.
Loaded.
They've got McElroy, Ingram, Trent Richardson, Julio's coming back. Marquise Mays is coming back. They're going to lose some along that offensive line. Mike Johnson's going. Drew Davis is going, but they still got a pretty good crew coming back there. So
preseason number one.
I think so, yeah. Which, someone asked Nick Saban this morning in the final news conference about repeating, and that's the last thing Nick Saban wants to hear.
Right.
But he made a good point. The media and the fans kind of focus on the marquee players, but it's the bottom 40 players of your roster who really determine whether or not you're going to win a national championship. And what he's talking about there is depth. You got
Sure.
to have depth when the starters go out, and that's something that Alabama had this year, and you just never know if you're going to be able to build it for next year.
Right, huge blow this year when they lost. Of course, the name is failing me. When so-and-so went down, Dante Hightower, of course. Yeah, linebacker went down for the season, and that depth is what allowed Alabama to win this game.
Yeah, Nico Johnson stepped in. Jarrell Harris was suspended for a good part of the season and never really saw any time. There was talk maybe he would transfer out of Alabama. He said during media days this week that he was going to be coming back to Alabama. But, like Nick Saban said, you're always going to have players. That's just the nature of college football. You're always going to have players leaving the program, but that creates opportunities for other players. And if you have the talent, and that's where those top recruiting classes come in handy, you have players who can step in, and when they learn the system, they're going to do well, and that happened for Bama this year.
It sure did. It's been a pleasure. Unfortunately, the world will never see the man hug I gave you when we tried to shoot this before, and it will also not see me trying to make Todd Eagle talk on camera, even though it is a little cell phone camera that 55 people are going to watch the video. Really uncomfortable to be on camera, which is funny because he's really chirpy during the week.
And there are photographers from other television stations in Birmingham who are actually on TV,
right,
who relish it.
Yeah.
It's almost sad.
Yes.
They want to be on
yes,
TV,
it
and
is.
they really don't do a very
you
good
know
job.
who you are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Alan Baker.
Yeah.
But Todd Dewey does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But Eagle wants nothing to do with the camera.
With
you know what? That's why he's a
Yeah,
photographer.
that's
because
right.
I don't want anything to do with being a photographer.
Neither do I. Unfortunately, that's part of my job now. I love you, Tim.
All right.
He's not watching this. Anyway, so it's been a great week. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for making me part of the sports department. Well, I guess it probably wasn't your decision. But anyways, you accepted me in as one of your own children. And,
no, it was my decision.
Oh,
you
it was?
Did a good job.
Okay,
you
great.
Did a good job.
Oh, well, hey, that's good to know.
Now, it wasn't my decision to make you drive back to Birmingham, so good luck with that.
Yeah.
I do feel bad about that, because we're flying.
That's what we're really doing right here, is trying to delay, so the leaving today is impossible.
That's true. And now your next update here
will be from the road.
You're going to be on the road.
Oh, yes, I will. We'll talk a lot about Chuck snoring then, though. Anyways, so it's been a great time. We really appreciate. I've noticed most of these videos are getting at least 50 hits.
Good.
So maybe they're more than our friends and family, and we really appreciate everybody. We hope you enjoyed our coverage. If you did, drop us an email, hit us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you, because we never take our viewers for granted, and we really, really appreciate it. We'll see you when we get back to chilly Birmingham, or frigid Birmingham, I should say.
It's going to be cold. See
Take
ya.
care.